Hey guys, Jay from the Douchebag Brigade, here to bring you an interesting video. Now, there's been a crazy amount of speculation about a character in the game Undertale. And I played this game, and this game is awesome. Probably one of the most fun, little quirky, Earthbound-like RPGs that I've played, and I'm a big RPG guy. Um, you know, Throughout the entire game, you're going through some cryptic information. There's funny stuff going on. There's even a part where you kill a ghost and it actually takes away an experience point, which is pretty funny. So, speaking about WD Gaster, I'm sure everybody's seen game theory. I'm sure everybody's seen the speculation that Sans and his brother make up two halves of Gaster. All the kids, the Gaster kids, all have their little information. But here's what I realized the other day that I don't think anyone's just taken into account. When this game was being made, I think it's fair to say that some mythology was used in the concept art, and then there was also horror aspects used for this game. You know, when you look at Azrael, or if you look at the king, or if you look at I forgot the fish in the armor's name already. Anyway, but if you look at them, they're obviously like a Greek mythology knockoff. Some ideas have been taken from different realms, and that's a great way to come up with characters. But you can also see that there's a lot of characters that seem to be maybe on a more horror-based scale. When you look at W.D. Gaster, you have to really look back. Yes, he does look like a skeleton. At the same time, he also looks very similar to Nosferatu. Now, Nosferatu is essentially the original. Is the original's right here. This is Nosferatu, and I want you to take a real close look at this because the character himself is very similar to W.D. Gaster. Another image here. And you can even see the idea here. Nosferatu is exactly W.D. Gaster because his outline, his style of creation, the way he looks, everything about the character's uh, artwork, he is essentially W.D. Gaster. He's got the round, bald head and the hands, and the rest of the body is covered in the same coat. Now, you might think it's a stretch to think this, but Nosferatu is essentially a vampire similar to Dracula. So, really, it's not a stretch to think a game that takes from a lot of different horror concepts is using essentially one of the most popular vampires of all time. I mean, even if we take a real in-depth look at him, I mean, you can basically see where the idea for this character comes from. Look at the hand, look at the head. It is literally the same character. It's not a stretch to imagine that a horror icon would have been used for something like a game that's based on a quirky yet horror-styled RPG game. I mean, there's other examples. I mean, even close up on the face, the eye is a little different. One eye is a little different than the other. As you get with W.D. Gaster, you get one eye that's a little different than the other. I mean, this is a really similar character to what you're getting. Darker eye, darker eye. I think it's fair to say that without theorizing too deeply into the game itself, as let's say MatPat did, which again, amazing breakdown in game theory. I do not compare to that. But point being, if we look at this from a more simplistic basis, and we're not going into the different type of scripts of writing, font levels and things like that, or messages, cryptic styles, your fun level, and going through all the different pieces of the game that actually he dissected, if you just do it from an outside looking in piece, it's very likely that the inspiration for W.D. Gaster was taken from Nosferatu. So That's my opinion. You guys rate, comment, subscribe, put a comment, tell me I'm crazy or disagree, or tell me, wow, I never thought of that before. I'm happy to hear any kind of rebuttals that you guys have. But this seems like the greatest connection that could possibly be made. Alright, guys, so this is Jay from Douchebag Brigade, and I'm out.